apologize in advance for my hair being wet. That's not exactly something that I can control because I don't blow dry my hair. I mean, I can control it, but I don't care. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harley Nouveau. If you did not know, that's an awkward intro. And today I'm actually, you've heard me talk about it before, but I'm going to steal somebody else's channel idea for my video. And that is Teresa's Dead.
Welcome back to Teresa's Dad. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive.
She does this thing, she calls them bite-sized reviews, where she does like a little pocket reviews of items that she didn't feel like making a full video over. And since I've had such unstable uploading over the past 8 months that I've been in school, I figured I would pop in to share with you my mini review over a few items that I've picked up along the way. Now, about half of these are relatively recent items, and I don't know if all of these are currently available on the websites or in the stores. So, if you see something you like, good luck finding it. I will attempt to link every item down below so that you can check it out. If I manage to fail, you should be used to that by now, let's be real. Before we get on the video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe, ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload. Yeah, I would love to add your name to the storybook that is my life. And with all of that out of the way, let's get on to this, shall we? So the first item that I'm going to be talking about today is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer from ColourPop. This is what it looks like. It's pretty cute. All the concealers, both this and the No Filter, have the same applicator. And this is in the color 45W. Now, this actually is not the right color for me. The thing about a lot of ColourPop skin products specifically is that you kind of have to guesstimate what your shade mask is going to be because they only carry the No Filter concealer in stores. They don't actually carry the rest of their products. So mine ended up being a tad bit too yellow for me, but I can correct that by mixing it with my normal No Filter concealer. And I know that whenever I reorder this again, I just gotta go down a little bit in tone.
This creamy, cushiony, full coverage concealer seamlessly blends into the skin, leaving a natural, fresh finish. Skin-loving hyaluronic acid and coconut water hydrate the skin while full coverage pigments cover and correct blemishes. This combo leaves you with fresh, perfected skin that lasts all day. Oil-free, dermatologist tested, and ideal for all skin types.
This comes in 30 shades and retails for $9. Now, it does classify this as a natural finish, and it is about 0.3 ounces of product. I did notice on the website that it does recommend setting this concealer down with powder, and I think that's important to note because of my thoughts on the product itself. When I've used this, and I've used it probably 10 times now, I like the way that it feels, and it doesn't feel particularly drying, but it does seem to me that it, especially my under eye, creases a little bit more. I've been seeing online that a lot of other people are having that issue as well. I have, I don't know if you can see because my camera quality, I have a good amount of fine lines on my under eye, so that's something that I commonly encounter, but I feel like it is a little bit more noticeable with this concealer. Other than that, I actually really do like the product. If I just got the right tone, I think I would like it a lot more. But if the creasing is something that doesn't really bother you, I think that this is definitely a winner for me. Totally happily ever after. Next up, keeping in that same line, we have the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Tinted Moisturizer. It does come in a little tube like this.
This is a hydrating, oil-free tinted moisturizer with lightweight coverage that evens skin tones and leaves your skin looking fresh and healthy. Formulated with hyaluronic acid and coconut water to support hydration without adding oil, this tinted moisturizer works for all types and makeup styles.
Now, again, like the concealer, this is a natural finish, and this does come with 1.45 fluid ounces. This does come in 24 shades and retails for $14. Now, I decided to pick this one up because, as you've heard me talk about in a few recent videos, I'm not the biggest fan of full coverage for me. I feel like it always ends up looking a tad cakey, and I wanted to shy away from that, so I prefer something that kind of evens out my skin tone and makes me feel like I have a little bit extra on, but I'm not like drowning in makeup. Typically, I like lightweight, light to medium sheer coverage. I like tinted moisturizers, and I love ColourPop. However, I will say the color on this one is great. It, I think, works well for my skin. I think I picked out a great one. This is 6W. My problem with this product, and why I am on the fence about whether I would want to buy it again, is because I feel as though, similar to the concealer, this really settles into like every single pore, every single fine line that I have. When I put it on before I put on powder, you might be able to see if I zoom in. It just sinks into like where all my blackheads are. It settles around my fine lines and makes some crease. And I use powder on top of it, which I feel like kind of defeats the purpose of a moisturizer since I have oily skin. I like this, but I don't love this. And I think that you could probably find better skin tints and tinted moisturizers out there on the market. So for that reason, I would say this is a happily never after for me. Keeping on that same premise, we have the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Primer.
You will look so fresh in this lightweight, hydrating primer. Refresh and prep your skin to create a silky smooth canvas before applying makeup. Infused with hyaluronic acid and coconut water to support hydration, you can wear it under any tinted moisturizer, foundation, or alone for a fresh face look.
This does include 1 fluid ounce. The bottle looks like this. It's like, I think it's just a sturdy plastic. It doesn't really read as glass to me. And it smells lovely. I'm not gonna waste this because I don't want to. Now this does retail for $12. My thoughts on primers, as a makeup artist and just as an enthusiast, it's similar to, I've noticed quite a few people on YouTube in that I don't really find primer to be that necessary. You see all those images and videos of people who put like a primer on an orange and makeup and it makes it look so much better and pore filling, but that's a gimmick. An orange is not the human skin, it doesn't absorb the primer like your actual skin would. I feel like a nice moisturizer is really all you need as a primer of sorts for your makeup, but I do think that I like this primer not for the primer capabilities, but for the moisturizing properties. When I put it on, I feel like it makes my skin feel really supple, really hydrated. So I would keep this in my collection. I probably will rebuy this because most of the primers that I've gotten are either just completely useless or way overpriced. So for that reason, I think that this is a happily ever after. I keep looking at the camera, and it's not because I'm just so stunningly beautiful that I'm distracting myself, it's just because there's like the moving screen there. I really need to start filming with it flipped the other way so that I can't see the screen, and as such I'm forced to look at the aperture. But moving on. Next up, again, we have the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. It does come in another hard bottle. It looks pretty sweet. I think I lost the cap. And similarly to the other 3 products I mentioned, contains hyaluronic acid and coconut water. This, according to the website,
will refresh your makeup and revive your skin, applying a refreshingly light veil over the skin, leaving you with healthy looking glow. You can wear it by itself, over a moisturizer to enhance your look, or over setting powder to revive your skin.
This does include 3.72 ounces, and it does retail for $12. Similarly, I feel like setting sprays are a bit of a gimmick in that unless you wear a superfluous amount of powder and you just look dusty and crusty the house, it doesn't really do much for you. If you do the Jaclyn Hill method and you drench yourself in powder, you can spray that on it and it kind of allows everything to absorb, meld together on your skin and look flawless. But I've found that mostly it's just kind of a refreshing spray. It's similar to what like a spray toner would be. I do like the formula, I do like the way it smells. However, I do not like the way that it sprays. Let me see if I can show you. It's not quite aerosol, but not quite a spray. Like, look at this one. You can see it's a little more chunky. Sounds a little chunkier. It's a little more thick of a spray. It's not as a fine mist, similarly to that one. Whereas this one, when I spray it on myself, I can hardly feel it, if that makes any sense. But it is semi-affordable. I haven't found that it like breaks down my makeup or anything like that, so I think that it's a good go. If you're somebody that likes setting sprays, I think it's worth checking out. It smells divine. For that reason, I would say that this is a happily ever after. Moving away from ColourPop for the remainder of this video, next we have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I don't think this comes in any other colors. I haven't seen it in any other color. Looks like this in the can. I'm not going to pour it out for you. I feel like it does have a slight yellow tint to it. To me, honestly, it reminds me of Coty Airspun, but with a lot less scent to it.
According to the website, this photo focus powder is a silky weightless setting powder that can be used to set, mattify, absorb, or bake. Complete your foundation application with your setting powder to create a soft focus effect and subtly blur the look of fine lines and imperfections.
This retails for $5.99, so $6, really not that bad. I will say this is almost holy grail level for me of powder that I've tried so far. I've really also liked the Maybelline Fit Me, but I think I like this a bit more because I don't know how well you can tell on my skin because, you know, you're seeing this in a product. But this blurs my skin so much, it literally looks like I throw a filter on my face when I'm putting it on in person. The only qualm I have with this is that kind of tinted, and specifically with this, when grouped together, pulls way more yellow. Like it really kind of intensifies the yellow cast on a lot of products. You have to be really careful when selecting what to pair it with. This has 0.7 ounces in it, as opposed to this, which also has 0.7 ounces in it. The price range for this is like half of that. So I think that if you haven't tried this out, this is definitely something that you should go pick up, and it is definitely a happily ever after for me. Next up, I have the e.l.f. Eyebrow Pencil. It does look like this. Comes like that. The color I'm using is Taupe. This does come in 6 colors, I believe, ranging from blonde all the way to black. It does also retail for $2, so by far the cheapest brow product I think I've ever tried. According to the website,
this instant lift brow pencil shapes, defines, and fills in brows for a natural polished look. The dual-sided design applies color with the fine tip liner on one side and paints and combs the brow with the other to create defined looking brows with a flawless arch.
I actually really like this. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I feel like e.l.f. is either it's really good or it's really bad. And for $2, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. I think that it's comparable to my favorite brow pencil, which is the ColourPop brow one. If I do use a pencil, I'm definitely going to be trying this out more. I've only used it for today, and I really like the way that it finished. And I think it has a pretty good consistency. It doesn't go like too creamy, it doesn't go too light, or it's not too hard, it's not too creamy. It's like a good in-between consistency, as opposed to my Bodyography brow pencil, which I feel like is so soft and also weirdly colored. I feel like this is a really good tone for what it's supposed to be. I've found some taupes and some blondes to kind of go a little bit greener in their tone, so I think in that regard it's great as well. So overall, I think that this is a happily ever after. You should definitely pick it up. It's only $2, so really what could go wrong? Next up, also from e.l.f., we have the e.l.f. Blush Palette in white. According to the website,
this beautiful e.l.f. Cosmetics Powder Blush Palette holds 4 shades to mix and match throughout the year for a custom blended color. It's great for contouring, shading, sculpting, and highlighting, and creates a beautiful pigmented glow.
It does look like this. It's like a matte black plastic packaging. The inside looks like that. It comes with a little mirror, and the tones are as follows. I don't really have any other blush to compare this to apart from my Wanderlust blush palette and my Laura Geller blush, but I actually really enjoy this as well. I feel like the color payoff is really nice. It blends out really well. I've liked almost every single color that I've tried. Today I actually have on this one just the light sprinkle, if you will. This retails for $8, and with how well that it performs and the versatility of it, I think that this is definitely a happily ever after, and you should definitely pick this up. Especially if you're new to blush and you don't really want to commit to buying a single blush for like $12. The next item that we're going to talk about is this Thrive Cosmetics eyeliner.
This waterproof, smudge-proof eyeliner is powered by semi-permanent micro-pigment technology to glide on smoothly and deliver highly pigmented color that brightens, defines, and sets in 30 seconds.
This does come in 7 shades and retails for $22, so it's a pretty pricey eyeliner. I picked this up at a breast cancer charity function that I did makeup for in a gift bag. And overall, I would say that I like it. It blends out pretty nicely, comparably to most other stick formula eyeliners. It's pretty soft, it's not overly hard. I feel like you're not wasting a lot of product when you use it, but I do think that this thingy right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's supposed to be like a blender side to smudge your stuff out. Trash. It's like when you were in school and you would get those really cheap quality #2 pencils and the eraser would just get hard and quit working. I feel like that's what this side is for. And for $22, even though I really love what this company stands for, I can't honestly recommend that you go out and buy this eyeliner because I don't think that it's so overwhelmingly high performing to justify that price point. You could easily get like an e.l.f. liner, a Believe liner, a NYX liner, a ColourPop liner, all of these other drugstore liners that I think perform the same, if not better, in a lot of cases. And for that reason, I do think that this Thrive Cosmetics eyeliner is a happily never after for me. Next up, we have probably my favorite thing from their entire line that I've tried, and I've tried quite a bit. Because in our goodie bag, we got a good amount of stuff. I have given away a lot of it because it's not something I would use. And that is the Thrive Cosmetics Tubing Mascara.
This mascara is powered by Orchid Skin Cell Complex to promote long-term growth and flake-free lipid fiber technology. It combines buildable fibers and Korean plant extracts to add dramatic ink and curl.
I will say, of all of the mascaras I have ever tried, this definitely ranks up there for me. Not in the top 2, my favorite mascara of all time, with the caveat, this is a tubing mascara, and if you have not tried a tubing mascara, it's really a unique experience in that it holds really well, it doesn't flake off, but when you go to remove it, it is a total bitch, like Regina George, Mean Girls bitch. It goes everywhere, it makes you feel terrible about yourself, it never seems to want to leave, which I guess is good for staying power, but if you're trying to get cleaned off at the night and you're trying to get ready for bed, terrible. So in a way, that negative aspect is really a positive depending on how you swing it. This does retail for $24, but I really love the way that it makes my lashes look. I love the way that the brush shape is because it's not overly thick, so I can get up in there and do some detail work. I feel like, I know there's been a mixed reception to this, but I feel like it makes my eyelashes look just as good as when I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex without all of the hassle and fallout that this will give you. So for that reason, I would say that this mascara is definitely a happily ever after, if not my favorite product of this entire batch today. And the final item from Thrive Cosmetics that I'm going to talk about is this Triple Threat Color Stick. It does come in a container like this. There's a brush on one end and then there's the stick on this side. I actually thought that this was a highlighter at first, which you can technically use it as, and I have it on today. According to the website,
This is an innovative 3-in-1 product that delivers bold waterproof color for lips, teeth, and body.
so you can use this on your lips, you can use this on your eyes, you can use this on your face. It does come in 4 colors, including some more blush tone ones. But it also retails for $36 freaking dollars, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, not worth it in the slightest. The sheen that it gives you, very minimal. The highlighter, I mean, it might as well just be the actual oil on your face. It also, when I was putting it on, removed the product underneath it a bit. Maybe it's meant to go underneath your foundation, but it's so sheer that I feel like that would just completely remove any trace evidence of it on your face. This brush is like okay, but maybe it would perform better in a different color, but I cannot justify by any stretch going out and spending $36 on something like this for how badly it performs. Wet n Wild has like similar products in their cream blushes, cream highlight sticks. I know a few other brands have those as well. If you really want to try that kind of thing out, definitely go there. And overall, I like most of the stuff that I've tried from Thrive, and I know it's for a really good cause, and it's a really good company. It's just so pricey in a way. With a lot of high-end brands, I feel like it comes with a reputation, or it comes with a face that justifies the price. If you buy Kylie Cosmetics, maybe it's not the best ever, but it's Kylie, so that's why it's more costly. Jeffree Star, same thing. Anastasia is costly because it's had a really good reputation through the years, similar to like Too Faced, Tarte, stuff like that. Maybe if Thrive had been around a lot longer and had been more notorious for good quality products, I could understand the pricing on some of their items. But I feel like, you know, when people complain about going to the store and buying organic and how it's so much more expensive than genetically engineered food, and a lot of people avoid organic just because it's so breaking on their bank, I feel like this company kind of perpetuates that stereotype. And maybe the high quality ingredients are what justify that, but there are other companies that are cruelty free, that are vegan, that are active in what they do for society and the environment, that I feel like you can really put your money behind, as opposed to this. With the exception, like I said, of this mascara, because this mascara is so good that my mom has it, to be honest with you, and she doesn't even wear makeup. And for that reason, this is a happily never after. And then going backwards, I know technically I said there was no more ColourPop on this list. I lied because I wanted to talk about this last. This is the ColourPop Ultimate Makeup Brush Roll. Looks gorgeous. It comes in this like blush pink nude faux leather casing. This retails for $44.
This faux leather brush roll includes 11 new and 3 best-selling 100% vegan cruelty-free brushes to help you create any look on your eyes and face.
Inside it does look like this. And the reason I picked this up, even though I have a ton of brushes, is that I've never tried any of ColourPop's brushes and I've always wanted to. And I'm not a fan of natural hair brushes. Maybe I can't figure out how to use them. I don't know, I just feel like they're garbage. That sounds bad to say. And I know that these are synthetic and I like most of their products, so I said, hey, take a shot on it. It was on sale for like Black Friday. I actually really love the way that all of these perform. I feel like the bristles are super soft. It's a very good quality synthetic. I love the way that the actual brushes themselves look, like the coloration, this rose gold metal, this nude wooden part. I feel like it applied everything really well. It blended out everything really well. My one complaint about this is the actual roll itself, because inside it's like this faux, like, what is that material? You can get it at a craft store. People use it like in kindergarten to do arts and crafts. It's not faux velvet, fleece, wool.
It's me popping in to say that the word I was looking for was felt.
I don't know, but it's kind of cheap and color sticks to it really badly, and because this thing is so light, it stains really easily. So you have to be really careful when using it. But for $44 for 13 brushes, I feel like it's a really good price, and they perform just as well as all of my other synthetics, if not better, because some of my Morphe brushes, to be honest with you, I feel like are very hit and miss. So if you're somebody that's looking for a good brush set to try out, I would say go pick this up, especially you can travel with it. BH Cosmetics also, I think, has a really good synthetic, affordable brush option. Yeah, this is definitely a happily ever after for me. And that wraps up all of the products that I'm going to be talking about today. Woo! Did you like this kind of thing? Did you prefer these little, like, short, cut down mini reviews on products? Because I feel like trying out a foundation or trying out an eyeshadow palette makes a lot of sense into a full dedicated video, but I would never do like a full video on this thing. And there are things I want to talk about without having to like pigeonhole into my other videos. So I kind of like this idea. Thank you, Teresa. Go check out Teresa's channel for sure. She's hilarious. I love her content and I love her stories, to be honest with you. What did you think about these products? Have you tried out any of these? Have you felt differently than I have? Have you felt similarly? Let me know down in the comments below. I love interacting with people. It doesn't happen often because I'm so small, but I love hearing other people's opinions. I love having that conversation about products. I really do. I hope I can convey that in my videos. I really do have a very big passion for the makeup industry and the beauty world. And I really do love this. So I love getting that feedback, and yeah, just let me know your thoughts. That's all that she wrote for today. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this chapter of my story. As always, I am Harley Nouveau, and until our stars next to one.